All right, how is everybody? I figure we do a full patch tour. Haven't done one in about a week or so. At the end, I might add a little bit of vineberry and stuff I did early in the week. I might splice that into the end here. But here we are. It is Saturday night, and I'm fixing to give all the pumpkins some goodies. Got a tank all mixed up here. What I do is I go in the garage and I fill a bucket full of all the stuff I'm gonna put. Did some tissue tests, and tissue tests basically come back. I'm gonna put the camera around here if y'all can see me. Tissue tests basically come back low in phosphorus, which is insane because I got a lot of phosphorus in the soil. I think it's a pH problem, which I know I have a pH problem. It's low in, not really low, but the low adequate boron, sulfur, magnesium, and calcium, which I have a lot of calcium as well. So I think it's in the soil. It's just not available to the plant. So if I can get a little more of that magnesium sulfate in there, sulfate help bring the pH down a little bit more. I know I have high pH and make everything more available. I know it's there, it's just not getting into the plants. I mean, they are healthy. I'll show you around here in a second. Plants are doing actually really well. I just want them to do a little better. I think we all want that. So here, we'll start with this right here. Here's the goodies I've got today. A little humic fulvic acid. I've got, I think, 2 cups of magnesium sulfate, cup of calcium, what is it? Calcium nitrate. No, not calcium nitrate. Oh, Lord, I'm not trying to burn them up. I'll go through here in a minute. Magnesium sulfate, some Solbor, a couple things of that. Try to get the trying to get the boron up, and a little and some liquid calcium. So the calcium boron will go well together. So I'll give that to him here in a minute. About 175 gallons. Let's do a little tour here. Here's the 2183 Mindy. Pretty plant. Okay, pretty plant. Looks a lot like the 1989.5 Delitus I drew last year. Same spot, look like the same leaves, everything looking really well. Weeds are doing really well for me. Don't have a lot of those just yet. Don't worry, they're coming. Here's the stump on the plant. Fan's going 24/7. There's a little bit of weeding around the stump this morning, but stump looks good. As of right now, everything's really, really nice. Looking down there, there's the vine. So happy with that. It is now, I've cut off, I think, 4 secondaries on this side and 3 on this side. Okay. Right about 30 feet wide, the plant is, and doing really, really, really well. Got 2 pumpkins set out there. We'll go over there right now. See if we can talk about those. You can see my ditches here. I did spray some Roundup about 10 days ago. It is still in the process. I guess I didn't do a strong enough mix, but it's killing everything. You see, it's on its way out. It's just taking this time. Plants here, like I said, the first 4 secondaries, I'm gonna terminate those. And then these I'm turning, and they're gonna go this direction to fill everything in. All right, question is, what am I gonna do? Which pumpkin? So this here is one. Pollinated it, I think it's 13 days, 12 or 13 days today. It's a little on the small side, but it just finally took off. It done almost 4 inches last night. So in circumference, that is. So there she is. But the question is, this one's gonna have, I think it's 18 or 19 secondaries behind it. Okay. Nice shaped pumpkin. It's a little bowling ball. Give me a nice fruit. Or go with, let's see, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 secondaries. And go with this beauty right here. So she's 2 DAP. She's a nice looking fruit. Looks similar to the last one. But yeah, there it is. Y'all question why I have a water bottle there. Hot days, when they're first pollinated, I freeze those. Put a cooler on top. That's why I have other water bottles here. And I keep them cool. You know, some people say it doesn't work. Some people do. I've had mixed results, but hey, I'll try anything once, twice if I like it. But there you go. And it's worked for me more than once. It's also failed for me more than once, but hey, who knows? Let's see here. There's the other secondaries on this side. Looking good. I'm gonna start wrapping those around. We'll see. So there it is. 2183 Mindy. Not the biggest leaves. Kind of battling nitrogen uptake the entire year. Some days I'll have bloat. Next day it'll run right out of it. Won't have it anymore. So, but yeah, I think I'm right where I need to be. Maybe a little lower nitrogen, but I provide nitrogen about every day. So we'll see. Again, I think it's a pH issue. 2356 Mindy. This plant here is a little darker, a little bit bigger leaves. Okay, it is really stretched out. I'm terminated 2 on this side so far. I think 2 on that side as well. All right, good looking plant. Good looking plant. Here's a stump on this big girl. Few weeds, but mostly weed free. That'll change again pretty soon. Stump looking okay right now. There's stump covers. This is the best stump cover I've ever had. Play a little Tyke's table. Man, it's awesome. If I could find 3 or 4 more of those, I'd get them. You see those little pellets? I put down some manganese. That's also what I was light in, manganese. Did not have any soluble manganese, but I did have a 5-pound bag of manganese pellets that I guess I never put down. Found it, so I just sprinkled those around. We'll see if that helps. I'm more worried about the boron, more worried about phosphate and magnesium at this point. It's calcium. So there it is. Actually, I have not terminated these yet. That'll be tomorrow morning. Probably I'll let them get 1 more night's worth of growth. And then I'll terminate 1, 2, and 3 probably and start wrapping this one around. All right. Here he is, a cull. I took off this morning. You're like, well, that's a pretty big cull. It is. It's about a 25-pound pumpkin right there that I did take off this morning. It was sitting right about, if I can zoom in, right in there is where it was at. And it's off now. So there it is, because I'm pretty sure my other one took. Okay, I've actually got 2 pumpkins, pollinated one this morning and have one right behind it with 19 secondaries. So we will see what happens. Let's walk over to the other side here. Yeah, I'm gonna walk on my stool here, but I'm gonna do it right in the center here where it shouldn't matter too much. Get over to this board and go back around. We'll see here. Take a little look. Get down in my ditch here. Again, plant's not too bad. The burn was not horrible. I get it worse on some secondaries more than others. Actually, I haven't looked at this pumpkin today. Let's check it out. So 2356 Mindy crossed with the 2183 Mindy. There she is. And she's growing actually quite fast. So she was really slow on me there, and she took off, and she's looking good. So she, I think, is like DAP 8 or 9. But yeah, good. All right, cover it back up. And yes, I don't have any sand or anything yet. I'm waiting to make my decision. They're okay this age when you want to put them on dirt. It's not hurting anything. You want to put some sand under them, that wouldn't hurt anything either. But I got a whole setup I'll do until I do the chosen one. Here is the one I pollinated this morning. It's a good looking pumpkin. All right, there she is. Didn't even close it up. Look at that. Not the prettiest one, but she's long and looks good. Again, there's 1 more water bottle. I'll freeze that for tomorrow. But the water bottle pretty well preserved it, honestly. You can tell it stays cooler in there for sure. Usually these will be all wilted and hanging down by the end of the day. So there you go. We'll put this back on top. This on top. And there you go. That's 2356 Mindy. Pretty nice plant. Pretty nice overall. Hadn't had any issues out of it too bad at all. It does like to burn a little more than 2183, but not anything that's just out of this world. So pretty plant there. Let's run down to 1686 Stelts. This plant is really coming along. Looking really good. She is a darker green. It's like nitrogen in that in the patch, not as great. You get further this in, it gets higher. Maybe my pH gets higher or lower, or it should be actually. It's probably more the thing. Haven't got a stump cover yet. That should happen now, but here she is. Look down the vine here. Pretty good plant. There's the stump. All right. Doing pretty well. Look at these big old leaves. Jacob Marincer. I'm gonna have to get a measurement. I saw your little challenge there. I don't know, this one is exactly 26 inches, but there ain't small. I guess I got some bigger ones, I think, out there. So maybe I'll measure one and find out here in a little bit if it's even close. Who knows? I know the plant I had last year here definitely would have beat it. It was a Jurassic looking thing. Secondary's coming along well. I got done bearing a couple days ago, and they're already, see right there, where I put the end of the vine right here. 2 days ago I buried, and I put this at the end of this, the vine tip. So 2 days growth. I mean, I go wear a size 14 shoe. So we're talking every bit of 20 inches, pretty close to it almost anyways. Right there, so about 10 inches a day. There it is. I had a pumpkin open this morning. I did pollinate it with the 2356 Mindy. However, I didn't bother covering up or anything. It is way too close, honestly. If I end up going with this pumpkin and it makes it, it's a miracle. Trying to get that root covered up there a little bit better. So, but there it is. There's vine tip. Look at that. See the bloating? This one's definitely got more nitrogen. There you go. I got another nice one right there, man. I think it's gonna be a long, beautiful pumpkin, about 8 days out, I'd say right there. And that one might be it. That one would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That one would have 19. So that might be the one we go with on that one right there. So if not, hey, you never know. I grew the 1284.5 pounder. It's 4 or 5 years ago with only 11 secondaries. So it can be done, I promise you. It can definitely be done. And it only grew 70 days. So there's that. Not a whole lot going on other than that. Pumpkins are growing. We have not had much rain here recently at all. But I've been watering every single day. It looks a little dry right now. I promise you it's not. If I crust this surface right here, there's all the moisture you could want. Ball it straight up into a ball. Just like that. Plenty of moisture right below the surface. Some spots are even just wet under here. I'm actually worried about some spots keeping too wet. Got to adjust the sprinklers a little bit more. So, yeah, beautiful evening. Beautiful Saturday evening, I should say. Here in Kentucky, we've had nice weather. Need some more rain. Possibility of 1 to 2 inches next 2 to 3 days. Would not hurt a thing. It'd suck it right up. You wouldn't know it rained within 4 or 5 days. So there's everything. And hey, let's just see how things go. Plants are really healthy, and we'll just keep at it. You guys got any questions or comments? I love the comments. You see anything that I don't see, let me know. And hey, try to grow a big one. That's my goal anyways. Got 3 pumpkins here. All 3 of these seeds have been proven 2,000-pound producers. 2183 last time I checked grew, God, it's like grown like close 13 or 14 2,000-pounders. I mean, it's up there. It may not be that many, but it's pretty close. 2356 Mindy, it's grown 2 or 3. And the 1686 Celsius has grown a couple, and a couple really heavy ones. So looking forward to this year, as long as the weather cooperates and I keep at it. And hey, you never know, might have something. Biggest thing killing me this year is the pH. I tested 2 different soil tests. My first one came back as an 8. Yes, it's an 8. I don't know how you can get it to an 8, but I did it. And then the second one, plowed the patch, dissed it, plowed it again, dissed it, and then tilled it, and it came back to 7.6. Trying to get a little bit of mixture there. Added a bunch of sulfur. But elemental sulfur, guys, takes a long time to break down. It is not a quick fix. Okay, it's one of those things that takes years, even decades, for every bit of that sulfur to break down and be plant available and to actually change that pH. So you got to do it every year consistently if you have high pHs trying to get it down. So, yeah, you got to add it though, because every little bit helps. So year after year. All right, guys, one last look here. 2356, the 1686 Stealth. Hope I'm saying that right. And the 2183 Mindy. So, pray these pumpkin plants take. I've always got issues one way or another. So some days I'll have perfect pumpkins and horrible plants. Some years, horrible plants, great pumpkins. And just waiting to see what kind of year it's going to be just yet. Hey, keep them growing. See ya. And I might add a little video here at the end of vineberry and how I do it. So if you want to stick around for that, see you guys. Keep them growing.